Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome Tag. Okay, today I think I'm ready to continue Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Also known as Gyakuten Kenji 2. Oops, I better load up the actual catch of software, hey? Just gonna play it on my own, you can just imagine what's happening. Yeah, so we're still in case 1. Case 1, we hit a to be continued, so that was a good stopping point last time. So we'll continue on today from where we left off. God, my glasses do not want to get clean today. Every time I clean them, it feels like I just made them worse. That the OST for this is pretty nice. Just listening to that while getting ready for stream. Nearly forgot to put my badge on, but no, I've got the badge. The most important element of this stream. The badge. Okay. Continue. Turnabout to target. End. Okay, so it's a two-parter. Alright, so we're in part 2 of case 1. Right, yeah, we'll just start off and then I'll try and recap what happened. Alright. Organizer. Let's see, let's go over what happened. Okay. So there was an attempted assassination of the president of Zengfa. Hang on, I'm just going to change my view. There we go, that's better. Yeah, someone tried to kill this guy. His bodyguard took the bullet for him. One of his bodyguards. Yeah, this guy, Ethan Rook. And he died, unfortunately. But we're trying to figure out who did it, of course. And it's... well, it seems like it was probably... well, not Gumshoe. Shelley the Killer. He's hanging around. I'm curious to see where this case is going to go. Hang on, is my mic really loud or something? It keeps like... just move the mic a little bit. Yeah, it keeps going, it keeps redlining. There we go. That seems better. Yeah, so he was hanging around posing as an ice cream salesman, and now he's shown his true colours by taking a hostage. This guy was the second in command of the president's bodyguards, but now he's the first in command because the leader died. Yeah, so he's taken over. He's telling us to continue the investigation, which is interesting. I'm not sure what his goals here are. So she was a bit of a suspect. She learnt under, what's her name? Lotta Hart. Hey UBD. Hey Lauren. Welcome. Good to see you both. Yep, you're here just in time. I got started a little bit late today, but I think I've still got time to go through a segment of this game. Yeah, so this woman is a reporter. She learnt under Lotta Hart, and she's been helping us with the investigation, but she also has become a suspect herself. And Kay's back. Kay's the best. Alright. If you don't know who Kay is, well, that's a long story. You should probably play through or watch Investigations 1. Alright. Let's go through our evidence, actually. Still samurai balloon. This got hit by a bullet. Newspaper article on the president arriving. Bullet's trajectory. Yeah, we figured out they were probably standing on the left side of the audience and then ran to the right. The reporter got the gunshots on tape. Kay took some photos, which are pretty good. Security plans. Yes, whoever did this had access to the plans of the security firm. He actually hired a private security firm. He doesn't trust his own police. The president, that is. Found what's probably the attempted murder weapon, or the murder weapon because the bodyguard died. And here's a raincoat. I think we figured out that belonged to Shelley the Killer. Yeah. Alright. She's Little Heart, yes. Hey, King Brolly. Selfies before they were a thing, yeah. Okay. The death of the bodyguard Ethan Rook and the arrival of Shelley the Killer. A new development in this case has come to light. Under Knightley's direction, the door of the President's plane was opened. After the paramedics attending Mr. Rook left, we set foot inside the plane, one by one. Oh, he's still got his hostage. March 25th, 4:15 PM. President's plane, office. Oh my. Where would the President be? Who knows? It seems he's just behind that door. Still a coward, I see. You think he'd just show himself in front of a hitman? Haha, not a chance. Didn't I tell you already? My purpose here is simply to investigate the case. Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, we await your examination of the body. Right. For now, I have no choice but to obey and continue the investigation. The rest is up to Detective Gumshoe. I'm counting on you. Oh yeah, that's right. Gumshoe went off to form a perimeter. The attempted assassination of the President became the murder of a bodyguard. Looks like you could use some help, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I don't deny it, but... See? Exactly. If that's the case, then it can't be helped. Just leave it to the great thief, Kay Faraday. Right. So, are you saying you can solve this case? Nope! Hey, Madrick, how are you? Welcome. Said with such certainty. Instead, I'll stick to being your support. Right, let's get straight to the investigation. We need to buy time for the police to prepare. I'll need to draw out this investigation for as long as I can. You managed to finish Cuphead recently. Ooh, congrats! Well done. Did you like it? Well, let's talk to Kay. Yeah? What's up? Notice anything? So, there are actually two people who dressed up as the assassin in the Red Hood. No, it's too early to say for sure at the moment. But there's Mr. the Killer, who's a professional assassin. And then there's Nicole, who aimed the laser pointer at the President. Oh, this is making my head spin. The reason we cannot see the truth is because something is obstructing it. I get it. If we stole that something, then we'd also be stealing the truth. Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it. Hey, Counting. Hey, Wild Knight. You kind of love Kay's get-up? Yeah, actually, I like her scarf that's sort of become, like, sweeps down like a wing. It's like a cool design. You really loved it? Probably not going to try getting those S ranks anytime soon. Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it's a very fun game. Why would the killer show up in person and reveal himself? You missed part one. Yeah, he was posing as an ice cream salesman. He was trying to escape notice. But then, actually, yeah, he revealed himself when it was announced that the investigation was going to be handed over to the Zengfar police. And then he revealed himself and took that guy as a hostage and said, nah, I want Mr. Edgeworth to handle this. So yeah, I don't know what he's up to. About investigating. Actually, I've been studying up on investigation techniques. Oh, that sounds promising. First, examine the evidence and information that you stole. Present the stolen evidence, connect the stolen information. and a new truth will appear for you to steal. How was that? I worked really hard at it. You get points for effort, I guess. I can't believe a real professional assassin asked us to investigate this case for him. I couldn't agree more. Just what is he thinking? In any case, let's continue the investigation. Let's do this for Mr. Rook's sake as well. Oh, I forgot what I showed her last time. It's probably the same dialogue. That's a really cool badge. It depicts a blazing sun on top of winter frost, right? Yes. Oh yeah, I think, yeah, we've seen this dialogue. She talks about the symbols of her badge and then just makes up a bunch of stuff. Maybe just wanted to watch the president's arrival. Yeah, I'm wondering if he wasn't here for assassination at all and just kind of... Yeah. What's new to show? The raincoat? Nah, doesn't have anything to say on that. Alright, let's have a squiz. It's an inflatable lifeboat with an oar sitting on top. Looks like it's ready to be used at any time. Hey! There's only one oar! Well, I guess you could try to paddle with your hands. Aww. She's so sad. Hey Sozman, welcome. Or Sozman? Not sure how to pronounce your name, sorry. These games are so great, yeah. Agree. It ain't me. I'm just a journalist. All I wanted was a scoop. I'd never kill nobody. Well, you still haven't told us why you concealed the Parker from us. Well, that's because I thought you all would get suspicious. Is that really the only reason? You gotta believe me, Mr. Prosecutor. I didn't do nothing. I won't tell you not to worry, but there's no need to be overly frightened. If you truly are innocent, I swear I will prove it. Yeah, my mentor does believe in me. For the last time, Miss Swift, I am not your mentor. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. You'll always be my second mentor. That's not quite what I meant. Well, see if he wants to say anything more about the raincoat. Against the prosecutor's stern glare and his unrelenting questioning, I'm at a loss for words. I haven't even done anything yet. Suddenly, the prosecutor points the gun at the reporter. I fear that this unlucky reporter will soon find herself at the bottom of the lake. You shouldn't talk like that. Save it for when you actually get shot. Wait, what? If I did get shot, I reckon I wouldn't be saying much at all. I guess you have a point. It sounded like he was threatening to shoot her. Nothing to say about that. Photos. It's just as you said, I was the one behind them recordings. But I ain't never. Say no more, Miss Swift. I'm on your side. You're right. I'll pipe down. I'm just a useless reporter. That's not what I meant. Even if you do not say a word, the evidence will speak for you. The truth is out there. All we have to do is reveal it. Mr. Prosecutor, I reckon I'm going to use that as my next headline. Sure. Whatever cheers her up. Welcome, Marillion. This is why you don't point laser pointers at presidents. Yep. Welcome, Merlin. No worries. Thank you. Have a good night. Oh, yep, that's the same dialogue. She's got different dialogue for everything now, so. The prosecutor presents his shiny pointy badge and asks, "How about a nice cold glass of water?" I said no such thing. The detective adds, "Or would you prefer some grape juice instead, pal?" What are you talking about? Oh, I'm just getting ready for the real deal. My interrogation. Prosecutors don't handle the interrogations. Newspaper. Guess I'll be the star of tomorrow's headlines. Don't be so hasty, Miss Swift. The truth has yet to be found. It still hasn't been decided. Journalist is truly deadlier than her pen. Beautiful assassin masquerades as reporter. From living room to diner, I'll be the talk of the town. I think those headlines are a little unlikely. Yeah, I think that's everything. Alright. Let's see if Tequila wants to talk. I have high hopes for you. Please ensure you do not disappoint me. Okay, he does want to talk. Alright, well. Hey, Panicking. How are ya? Grape juice. Phoenix's eyes light up somewhere far away. Yes. How is your investigation progressing? There is no need for concern. It is proceeding smoothly. You remember how much I detest betrayal? All too well. I thought you would. So please, don't do anything you'll regret. I have no choice but to obey him for now. Yeah, this is a pretty scary situation. This is nuts. I'm being used to get an assassin onto the president's plane. If we didn't enter the plane, the investigation would have come to an end. You're not fooling anyone. I know what you're after. I believe I've already said that my only interest is the nature of Rook's death. But what about the person who hired you to assassinate the president? Perhaps you have forgotten. I have no intent to carry out a job I deem futile. Very well. Let's continue the investigation. Splendid. I have the utmost faith in your abilities, Mr. Prosecutor. Check out my badge. This is the first time I've seen one in person. Is that your license? I myself... You mean there's actually a license to kill? There isn't one, actually. However, if you insist... Don't worry about it. That's one truth I don't need to steal, Mr. Tequila. Even a great thief's pride is nothing before the presence of a professional killer. Hey, do you like Steel Samurai? Is that going to solve the case? Unlikely. But keep in mind, we're dealing with Prosecutor Edgeworth here. He must have given it a lot of thought. A lot of thought, indeed. Yes, of course. I shouldn't provoke him. Alright. You're a very bad man, Mr. Prosecutor. If it's about a job request, we can talk about it later. What's he talking about? Yep, yeah, it's the killer from case 2-4. Kind of sad that one armed man can hold someone hostage in such a high security event. Or that knives and guns made it onto the venue. And thieves and assassins. Yeah. You don't scare me, I'm going to show you everything! This has no class. It's lacking in intelligence as well as refinement. Most importantly, it lacks honour. In what world can one consider a murder weapon to be honourable? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I do not share your sentiment. Do you actually believe there is Yes, of course there is. Don't be rude, Mr. Edgeworth. Apologise to the man. Why must I apologise? Gotta show everything. No? Okay. This single piece of evidence was all it took for you to track me down. I'm impressed. This raincoat was found stuffed under the food stalls. I did not want you to mistake me for the assassin. It seems my worries were unfounded, since you also single-handedly uncovered the identity of the other red-hooded figure. After that, can you honestly tell me you still lack faith in your deductive reasoning? The killer seems to be telling the truth. Yeah. A sturdy life preserver rests against the table. It is an essential life-saving tool. I suppose this is a precaution in case someone accidentally falls into the ocean. The ocean, huh? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, how about we go together sometime? If you want to go, just go by yourself. Aw, don't be such a party pooper. Let's go visit the ocean. Think about the hot dogs and the shaved ice. It'll be delicious. You just want to go to the ocean to eat. Sounding a bit like Maya now, isn't she? Next to the riot shield, there's a canary in a cage. Aw, it's so cute. I want one to be my partner. Partner? Of course, it can help me open locks and do other odd jobs at the crime scene. A great thief should always use nature to her advantage. I've heard of canaries being used to detect poison gas. Don't tell me. The internal and external views of the plane are being monitored by these monitors. Inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. These monitors show the cockpit and the aircraft's exterior. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. What the hell is that? Middle left? Oh, hey Lauren, thanks for subbing. 22 months, thank you. You know what would be neat? Encountering the killer's successor. Yeah, that would be cool. Kay wants to eat the ocean. Being an ace attorney or prosecutor's sidekick requires possessing at least 4 stomachs. Oh, no worries, Lauren. What is this, Five Nights at Freddy's? Yes. Yeah, what the hell is this? What's this thing? Oh, that's the president's precious stuffed animal. I don't really get it, but it's some kind of keepsake. Don't touch it. Precious? That's unexpected. Hey, it kind of looks like there's been a break-in. Indeed. The area it stands on does look a bit unnatural. Are those glass shards underneath the stuffed animal? This unnatural empty space, perhaps. Was there another monitor here? Oh, I see. It was hidden behind a monitor. Oh, okay. I thought it was showing a stuffed toy, but okay. It's a broken monitor. Interesting. Oh, and this one's not working. No, okay. This monitor shows what's happening in this room. They've got some pretty good tech. Is that so? I don't know much about these types of things. It even captures the fine lines around your eyes, Mr. Edgeworth. Oops, my bad. Those are the usual wrinkles on your forehead. Kay, is that all you wanted to say? This monitor shows an external view of the airplane. He must have wanted to know exactly when and where his enemies would attack. Well, against an opponent such as myself, this is all meaningless. Eh? You mean you can sneak onto the plane without being seen by the security cameras? Yes, quite easily. How do you do it? Please teach me. Master! No! Stop! Stop, Kay! Kay, who are you calling Master? And why are you trying to get him to teach you? I'm sorry. It's just, as a great thief, I felt like I couldn't let this chance slip away. I'm terribly sorry, but it is against my policy to accept any students. I see. That's too bad. What do you mean, that's too bad? To killer and stuffed animals, name a more iconic duo. Yes. There goes the... Yeah, he was talking about a successor and now he's... Well, I guess a successor is different from students, I guess. A successor is one person you teach to take over for you. This monitor shows an external view of the airplane. Indeed, he was a prudent man, and quite foolish as well. To think that he would use such toys to challenge the killer. Master, please, teach me your strategies for avoiding security cameras. Kay, enough already. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe next time then. There won't be a next time. I think that's all the cameras. Let's see, does he say anything different now? I already checked this area earlier. So I think that means that I've got everything here. Displays surveillance videos of the plane and the surrounding area. One monitor is missing. Okay. The president is just beyond this door. This door! I'm getting a sense that it's challenging me. Okay, there's no need to feel challenged by a door. But look at how big it is! All those electronic locks. It's challenging me to unlock it. Calm down and think it over. What is the purpose of a key? What is the purpose? To unlock treasure? That's right, to unlock treasure. Was that the right answer? Okay. Gas masks. 2 gas masks lay on the table, ready to protect against poison gas attacks. The president seems to be quite fearful of assassinations. So this is the rumoured gas mask. It's my first time seeing the real thing. Rumoured? Among the great thieves? No, the German ninja. The children's program. During Princess Viola's wedding ceremony, the poison-tongued ninja, Simon Cowell. I should stop listening to her so seriously. It never seems to pay off. Well, let's save. I haven't saved since I started. Why is his body in the plane? I'm guessing he bled out in here. I don't think he fell over dead on the stage. Okay. Let's finally look at the body. I won't rest until do-do-do. Yep. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, what's this? This is a bulletproof attach case. It's a tool bodyguards use to protect themselves from bullets. It can be seen in case photo. It seems Rook and Knightley both had one. Ah, that's the scene I stole on film. You didn't do anything illegal in taking this. Anywhere, anytime, I'm always in the mood to steal. You just wanted to use the word steal, didn't you? Have I been caught? Attaché? Ah, nice. Thank you. Yeah, I've never seen that word before. Oh, hey. What's... no, okay. I thought that was like a wallet or something. The victim is Ethan Rook. He was the president's bodyguard. After hearing the gunshots, he immediately evacuated the president into the plane. He gave up his life to fulfill his duties. Does this mean he will receive a posthumous promotion? Okay, there's no need for forced comments. How did you know? Bodyguards don't follow that promotion system. It seems the victim also carried a gun. Did he try to shoot something? He may have drawn it out instinctively to return fire. We need to check to see if the gun has fired any bullets. It's still fully loaded. There's no evidence of any shots being fired. This gun is also from Zengfar, right? Yeah. We were always issued the same model revolver. Okay. Same gun, alright. The bullet pierced his body, just below his armpit. The bullet went straight through. Ah, okay. Unfortunately, he was hit in an area his bulletproof vest didn't cover. It really seems like a well-aimed shot. The cause of death was most likely blood loss. The bleeding has stopped. Okay. The paramedics were called to treat Mr. Rook, right? I'm afraid they didn't make it in time. Okay, that might be everything to look at. Better pull the blood on the floor. There is a square outline cut into the floor. In the gaps, you can see some hinges. This is a secret entrance disguised as an escape hatch. Using a rope ladder, the president will make his great escape. So is he going in, or is he coming out? Which one is it? I just told you! It's a secret entrance for escaping. It's just disguised as an escape hatch. Wait, what? Looks like she confused herself. Welcome, Cookies. How are ya? That is what is referred to in the biz as ballistic over penetration. Ah, you mean like going right through the body? Dun, 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 dun. I kind of wanted to look at the blood stain. Okay. Don't think I can. Dun, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I think that's everything here. Look at it again. Yeah, I think that's everything there. Okay. Got some new stuff here. Bulletproof attaché case. They both possessed one. Crime scene notes. Bullet wound in the chest. Bullet passed through his body. So it didn't hit his case, I guess? Well, let's try some logic. Although the game hasn't prompted me to do it, it's still the tutorial case, so... Playing some Fire Emblem Warriors before bed? Nice! Sounds good. And a D&D campaign tomorrow evening. Ooh, that sounds fun. Hope it goes well. Alright, what do we got? Assassination attempt. Premeditated crime. Hasn't fired a single shot, manufactured in Zengfar. Well, these, they look similar. They're 6-shot revolvers, it's just this one has a scope. I'll try connecting these two. These two guns, they're the exact same model. These guns came from Zengfar. Assassin's Revolver updated. Woo! Looks like all the bodyguards were provided with guns from Zengfar. Indeed. Are those guns rare? No, not particularly. They're not easy to obtain domestically, but it isn't impossible either. What? I thought they might be a treasure. Yes, it's unfortunate. Eh? Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking about treasure? Not quite. If it was a rare model, it would have been easier to identify. Even evidence can become treasure. I see! Even during your investigations, you search for treasure. Well, I didn't quite say that. Okay, let's investigate. Where's the treasure? And suddenly she's motivated. Very good. Alright. Bullet that pierced through. Alright, I don't think those two go together. Let's ask people about stuff. Ooh, assistant's job. Being an assistant sure is hard work. I don't recall ever making you my assistant. On the other hand, being a detective seems really fun. You're so clever, Mr. Edgeworth. I also don't recall ever becoming a detective. Anyway, if you have a good brain and a pipe in your mouth, you're a detective, right? I'm not quite sure where you're going with this. However, think about the job description of an assistant. They carry organisers with them and record information. But you do that all yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. I shouldn't have asked. Generally speaking, you don't want a bullet to go through someone, especially in an area with a lot of potential for collateral damage. So gun designers actually take a lot of care when designing their weapons to make sure it won't happen if possible. Okay. Now I'm a little motivated, K Faraday. Hey Sanatukai, how are ya? Welcome. I'm going to show you anything new on this. No, okay. Bonuses. No, okay. I wish I had something like this. Bulletproof thief bags or bulletproof ninja boots. Maybe Gummy can get me some. A thief who needs those things cannot be called a great thief. But the climax usually involves running through a shower of bullets, right? Without the bulletproof goods, the treasure and I will be Swiss cheese. Climax? He was shot just below the armpit. Yes, the bulletproof vest didn't protect that spot. The paramedics didn't arrive in time. Poor Mr. Rook must have been in a lot of pain. There's no time to feel sad. If we don't find the truth, he would never rest in peace. Yes, I'll do my best. Okay. Well, let's talk to you too, I suppose. I have high hopes for you. Please ensure you do not disappoint me. Same dialogue as before. Did I show him the monitors? I forget. No? Okay. Doesn't do anything. She went from Virgil to Bayonetta in 2 minutes, yes. Still not great sleep schedule? Ah, sorry to hear that. The case. No? Nothing to say about the case. Okay. I bet even Rook had no idea that he'd meet his end at the hands of that little lady. Silence. Why are you... Mr. Prosecutor, please continue. Yes. What is this man thinking? Alright, nothing more to say there. And the cat alarm is going off. That means it's cat feeding time. I shall save this, and I shall go on a break, because there's a very hungry carnivore here. Hello, sweetie. Is it dinner time for you? Hmm? Oh, she's so cute. Anyway, I'm going to go on a break. Probably only about 5 minutes. Not a very long one. Hey, the grey man. Of course you'd come for cat cam. Nice. Okay, I'll give you some background music to listen to. Music from this game, actually. Alright, I shall be back. Alright, I'm back. Do I like prototype Nero costume? I do, actually. I really like it. Just the scarf, I think, is the part I really like. Just it's pretty like it's a standard like cool anime thing with like a long scarf or a coat or something billowing in the wind, but you know, it's cool. I like that kind of thing. Okay. Change the layout. Okay. Let's get back into it. It was a short break this time. It's so short that she's still eating her dinner. Okay, what else is there to do? I'll try showing my new discoveries to her. Monitors. Nope, nothing to say about that. The case. Nope. I'm telling you, I don't know this Rook fella from Adam. The heck would I shoot him for? He took a bullet meant for the president, and now he's dead. Well, I don't know much at all about the president either. Then what did you come here for? I told you, I had my reasons. Don't make a poor gal spill the beans, Mr. Prosecutor. I'm sorry. She's definitely hiding something. Just tell us. Yeah, his final DMC4 design is really good as well. With the mix of the red and blue is very clever, I think. iFly, yes. So Counting pointed out that the iFly logo was put there by the translators, the fan translators, because apparently all these logos were in Japanese in the original version. So they handmade all these logos. Very cool. Very cool. They're making drones now. I don't know, that's the name of an airline company in this universe. It's definitely a reference to Apple though. Alright, there must be something else I can look at. Let me go over here. Aha! Suspicious looking nook and cranny. Actually, I just want to test something. I'm just going to back out. Okay, yeah, so he says this if there's stuff I still need to find. Okay. I was just reminding myself, what the heck's this? There's a lever! That looks sus, so I'm going to look at that last. That's a heavy looking vest. The president's clothes must be made from some special fabric. Indeed, it's to protect against bullets. Wow, it even does that? Naturally, this is a bulletproof vest after all. Aha, there's a bullet in the vest. Well, we found where the bullet went. Ah, so that's what it is. This is the first time I've seen one. You could have said something earlier. That really surprised me. ZBI, yes. Zengfar Bureau of Investigations, yeah. Yeah, I can't spell bureau either for the life of me. It's a tricky word. Are these some kind of official documents? I know it's a bit rude, but let's take a peek inside. Oh, it's the same. This seems to be a security plan. Ah, this looks like the one we found earlier in the trash can. Yes, it does. But what's this? Something seems out of place. Well, let's examine first. It certainly is a very sketchy drawing. This seems to be a security plan document. If so, we obtained something like this earlier. Something's different about this one. Could it be? Perhaps I should try deducing. It seems like at some point there was a change made to the plans as to where the bodyguards were. Okay, so we've got... So Knightley is on the left and Rook is on the right. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and they swapped positions. Interesting. Alright. Kind of want to save before I do much there. Oh, I can just save here. Nice. What if it's not a real word? Even your spell correction thing won't tell you how to spell it. We found a security plan among these documents. Earlier, we found something similar in the trash. Yes, we did. Deduce. So I'm gonna go here. Oh, I should get this wrong, hey. Let's see dialogue. My badge. Eureka! My badge! Look, there's a clear contradiction here. Eh? Aha! The ink is smudged. Just joking. Here, right? The printing alignment is a bit off. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to work harder at following your lead. No, it's fine. It's not your fault. I should think this over once more. I wonder if there's any other dialogue between them. Still Samurai Balloon. Same dialogue? Okay. Alright. Deduce. What's this? The details of the security plans were changed. Eh? Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders. Why the sudden change? Because 2 days ago, the killer attacked the president. He disguised himself as a bodyguard. Rook was the first to notice. He had already gotten close to the president. Rook managed to stop him just in the nick of time. Did you just hear saves coming? Not yet. I saved, but I haven't loaded it yet. Yeah, the killer's freaking scary. Rook grabbed his left arm and twisted it. And then he fired one bullet, square into his left arm. What were you doing at that time, Mr. Knightley? I was... If I remember correctly, the first person I took out that day was you. Oops, was that a touchy subject? Shut up! So back then... Your neck injury has yet to heal, and you've already forgotten. No, not you, not now. Since that day, I haven't been able to turn my head right. It sucks. To think that I would suffer an injury. Ethan Rook. You could say he was a most capable individual. Unlike this man here. What's so different about me and Rook? I believe you're about as different as a pawn and a queen. What? So, you remembered Rook's name because he was highly capable? Correct. While disguised as a bodyguard, I happened to hear his name. There was no way I could forget that name. Only a select few have ever been able to injure me. He carries grudges, I suppose. Or he's just extremely careful. Edgy's DT gives him back half his health, doesn't he? Safe scumming, yep. Yeah, I'm glad they're fleshing out the killer a bit more. So this was the connection the killer was talking about. The security arrangements were changed so that the killer would not be able to sneak in as a bodyguard again. Only the president's two most trusted subordinates would accompany him on the stage. In short, me and Rook. Interesting. It appears your positions were also changed. That's true. He's now on the right side. Because I can't turn my head to the right. My position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage. Bum, bum. Wow, don't think there's anything else to learn from here. So the horse symbol is Mr. Knightley, and the castle is Mr. Rook, right? It's a knight and a rook. They're based off chess pieces. So it's a chess game between the criminal and the bodyguards. And Mr. Knightley, who can't move his head, powers up by crowning himself. Okay, knights can't crown themselves in chess. Then, when the king's in danger, he can send in additional bodyguards as reinforcements. Okay, you can't just send in reinforcements in chess. Well, why don't we just steal all the other side's chess pieces? Okay, that's not how chess is played. I can just imagine trying to play chess with her. It would not go well. It's a collection of colourful personal security alarms. They all seem to have been used before. The president, he sure is a nice guy. He bought these security alarms to protect his wife and kids. Then why would he leave them all here? It's obvious that they're for his own personal use. Objection! A single person can't carry that many security alarms. Because a person only has 2 hands. That objection is worth 0 points. Alright, let's look at this. A strange decoration based off some strange animal is staring at me with its strange eyes. There's a lever on this statue. See? Right here on its butt. That would be most unforgivable. Eh? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. That lever most likely operates the trap door underneath my feet. Then that hatch is actually a pitfall trap. I hope you understand. It would be in your best interest not to pull that lever. Pitfall trap, that's got to be a reference to Monster Hunter. That's the exact thing that those traps are called in Monster Hunter. There are points in chess. In chess terms, a knight is worth 3 points, whilst a rook is worth 5. Okay. You can't send reinforcements in chess, but you can flip the entire table. Have you ever seen chess master versus person with sleight of hand? No. That sounds interesting. Is that a YouTube video? When a killer talks about your best interests, it would be wise to do as he says. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, okay, I thought there would be more. Alright, is there anything else here? No, good. I'll take a look at our logic. Actually, what do we got here? Nothing different. Alright, some logic. Actually, I should see what happens if you game over here. It's probably scary, isn't it? Because it involves the killer. Ooh, alright, we gotta find out. We gotta see. Okay, first what would be the correct one? Knight's position. Bulletproof vest. Yeah, okay, so I think these two go together. Because this is where the bullet ended up going. So I'll put two other things together. Yeah, I'll put these two together. I'm trying to lose health and die. Boop. It's gonna take a while. Surprised that bulletproof jacket doesn't have RPD. What's RPD? For the purposes of evaluating chess games and setting up problems, yes, chess pieces have points. Okay. That's good to know. Raccoon Police Department from Resident Evil. Ah, okay. That would have been a nice reference. Getting there. I'll drink some water while I do this, because water is very good. As a reminder to drink any water if you haven't drunk anything in a while. Oh dear. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. Yes. Oh, is there no to killer dialogue? There's nothing I can do now. Oh, really? The same one? Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in that ending. Very disappointed. Now, the bullet that went through ended up in this vest. Two bullets were fired. We know that from the number of gunshots. One hit the steel samurai balloon, and the other took Rook's life. But didn't the bullet also hit the president's bulletproof vest? Right. It doesn't match up with the number of shots. However, there is one way to solve this. One way? The bullet that stole Rook's life pierced through his body and then hit the vest. In other words, Rook and the President were hit by the same bullet. I see. That's right. It'd be dangerous if he hadn't worn that bulletproof vest. Is the President alright? Even while wearing a bulletproof vest, you can still get injured. Yeah, the bullet's impact can still fracture your bones. But don't worry, he's fine. The President's trained himself like no other. Maybe the President didn't even need a bulletproof vest. I think that might be pushing it. I'd like to examine the bullet. There's a chance there may still be ballistic markings. Ballistic markings? What's that? Ballistic markings are always left on a bullet. Each gun leaves a different marking. So, if we examine the ballistic markings, we'll know which gun the bullet was fired from. You could say they're like a gun's fingerprints. I get it now. Let's investigate right away. I think that'd be difficult. The bullet was completely flattened when it hit the bulletproof vest. There's no way you could investigate the ballistic markings. What? I wanted to investigate them. Bullet was flattened. Alright. Now then, I've grown weary of this investigation. Still no sign of Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Prosecutor, have you uncovered the truth yet? No, not yet. I see. In that case, would you like to speak with someone who is involved in the incident? Someone involved in the incident? You mean... Is there not one more witness? Just behind those doors. Of course, the President himself. And thus Knightley was lost for all eternity. You could say the like a gun's fingerprints. I wonder where Edgy learned that term from. Yeah, who originally described them like that in the games? I forget. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, please do the honours and summon the witness here. There's no chance in hell I'm letting that happen. You think you can just summon the President like a witness in court? Ha! Mr. President, I'm sure you are watching all this through your security cameras. Would you kindly grace us with your presence? That is, if you value your bodyguard's life. Yeah. I see. Mr. President, what sort of a man leaves another to die on his behalf? Mr. President! Stop it! Take it easy, hey! Still nothing. Come on, Detective Gumshoe. Ah! What? The lights! My apologies, Mr. Prosecutor, but I wouldn't try anything if I were you. It seems I am unable to reach the President, even with Mr. Knightley's life. Stop! Uh-oh. Kay, the killer, you... However, I have already seen the truth. Where is he? Oof! I leave the rest in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth, sir! What happened? 4:45 p.m. Either Manfred or the judge. Ah, okay. Yeah, gets his own exit scene. That was cool. Did I pass out? Mr. Edgeworth, thank goodness you're safe. Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay? Okay, what about you? I just woke up myself. My head's throbbing a bit, but it's no big deal. Detective Gumshoe, what happened to D. Killer? Miss Swift came running out of the plane. She told us to kill him at a run for it, but... we were too late, sir. We heard from that bodyguard that the emergency lifeboat over there had been stolen. He's probably at the other side of the lake by now, sir. Didn't you seal off the park? The police were all called back to surround the plane. Right now, there's no one guarding the opposite shore. Ugh. That means he succeeded in giving us the slip. Do they not have helicopters? Sure seems that way, sir. Mr. Prosecutor. Horace Knightley. It seems you also had a narrow escape. Yeah, that sucked. That punk. Come to think of it, we found this near where you fell, sir. This is the killer's calling card. Looks like a message from him. He's got old calling card. He always leaves this card next to his victim's body. But you're not dead, sir. Perhaps this signifies something similar to a killing. Which reminds me, The last thing he said still bothers me. However, I have already seen the truth. I leave the rest in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. Seen the truth? What did he mean? Yeah, it's safe now. What was that? The President will be making his entrance now. The President? He's a little bit intimidating. This man is the president of Zhengfa, Di Junhyang. You are? It is an honor to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor. I am Di Junhyang. I'm out of voices, sorry. Yeah, he's straight up just got a lion head. I have heard of your deeds. You saved my country from a great crisis. Is he referring to the Yatagata suitcase? I was simply solving a murder, nothing more. Such modesty. I've been observing your investigation. An astounding performance, despite allowing the killer to get away. Thank you very much. So he was watching through the security cameras. However, I regret that it ends here. What do you mean? Heed my words, foolish prosecutor. I had to just do a double take, make sure he wasn't giving the finger. I was simply solving a murder, no big deal. Such modesty. You should have already been informed. By Knightley. This investigation will be handed over to the esteemed police force of Zhengfa. And now that the killer is gone, they intend to take over the investigation. Hey pal, what are you doing? And what's with that attitude? It's because of the killer and Mr. Edgeworth that... Enough, detective. Mr. President, I cannot agree to this. Why must this investigation be handed over to your country's police? Why, you say? Know your place, puny prosecutor. Must I explain my actions? Nay, I think not. You shall hand over all the evidence you've found so far, and leave this plane at once. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, be a good boy and do as you're told. I cannot resist any longer. Nope. He seems like a douchebag. All the evidence handed over to Knightley. Why? Why won't he allow me to investigate this case any further? All I got is my badge. They took everything. Now then, would you kindly take your leave? Knightley, place the suspect under firm restraint. I'm on it, Mr. President. An attempt on my life. The murder of my subordinate. Such evil. Such sin. I didn't kill nobody. I swear. Shut your trap, lady. Oh. You dare question me? You dare stain this world with deceit? Should we pardon this sin? Nay, absolutely not. It is most unforgivable. My reasons being... There's no mistake. The President is hiding something. I love how he's just going on and on. Really hope he's not the killer. Can't handle another diplomatic immunity case. Oh, yeah, that was exhausting. If I turn back now, the truth will be lost forever. Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing you can do? I don't know. I'm going to save my game, though. That is something I can do. Yeah, that would be a good thumbnail. I remember. The Countless times I've faced this dilemma in the courtroom. The lies of the witness, the rebuttals of the defense. I did not always have evidence to counter them. Nonetheless, I was still able to draw out the truth from them. That's right. My words alone are my weapons. Logic chess! Now then, let's analyze the situation. Leave this place at once! This is a direct order from the President himself! He's not even listening. Any rebuttal I give, he cuts off. When he has that forceful attitude, I'll need to watch the situation carefully. My opponent is the President of Zangfar. I don't think he'll show any weakness easily. His words may be overbearing, but I need not be intimidated. If I observe his behaviour closely, I should be able to read his emotions. First, I'll start by asking about his reasons for taking over the investigation. Now, let's begin. A good opening line will put me at an advantage. Nice logic chess. Save. What's with this game and the chess themes? Yeah, the logic chess is like a little mechanic they came up with for him. Your computer just died on you after many long years of service. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that, UED. Jeez. That sucks. He can object because it is objectionable. He can think of something while he objects. Begin logic chess. Okay. I think explain your reasons is very wrong. But I'm going to pick that first. I'd like you to explain your reasons for depriving us of our right to investigate. Impudent fool! Hold your tongue! There is no reason. That should be enough of an explanation for you. I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Let me try another line of attack. Yeah. Please, allow me to confirm something about the investigation. Nay! I don't recall granting you permission to speak. This is definitely wrong, so I'm picking it. Haven't you realised it yet? I have you cornered. Nonsense! You're just wasting my time with pointless chatter. Ugh, that was a needless statement. I must not be intimidated by his words. If I observe his behaviour closely, I should be able to read his emotions. I am the President of Zangfar. You shall not talk back to me. I'm not talking back. I'm simply asking for confirmation. This investigation will be taken over by the police of your country. Is that correct? Exactly. That is all I will say. Restrain yourself from making any more unnecessary comments. You think I will restrain myself? Okay, looks like the failure dialogue isn't, there isn't very much unique failure dialogue. Alright. So I don't think I need to worry about checking it all. Wait and see. I'm not talking back, as he talks back. That's enough. Being on this plane is tantamount to being on my country's soil. You cannot do as you please. This plane? Is there something significant about this place? I should remember this clue. Explain your reasons. Perhaps that clue may be useful here. Gathering from what you've said so far, does that forceful attitude of yours have some connection to this place? You insolent! Earlier, you said that being on this plane is like being on your country's soil. From those words, I was able to deduce the answer. Namely, that is, you wish to claim extraterritorial rights inside this plane. Am I correct? That's enough! I shall brook no insolence! Seems a little bit unsettled, doesn't he? Your words are forceful, but I cannot overlook them. The moment I mentioned extraterritorial rights, your face grew pale. It's because he was thinking of the fifth case in the first investigations game. Was overdue, to be honest, but still, yeah. Aww. Sorry to hear that. As an Asian kid, you can confirm all Asian authority figures act like this. Aww. Edgeworth's true power is revealed, transporting people to the chess dimension. In light of your brazen courage, I shall grant you an answer. That's right. I am claiming extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, what does that change? You are still powerless. There is nothing you can do about it. I see. Under international law, the plane would be considered part of Zengfar. How convenient. If he wishes to stake this claim, then I shall question its validity. The knight can't move like this. Edgeworth is a lousy cheater at chess. The next move will decide the outcome. He may be the president, but there is a hole in his logic. Let me break it wide open. Aren't you being too forceful? Permit me to say this. Don't you feel that your actions are too forceful? Who asked for your opinion? All you need to do is obey. Wait and see. Forceful is the wrong word. It is authority. Leadership. So, you arrested Miss Swift because you felt you had the authority to do so. Yes! That girl is a criminal. There is no room for dispute. This guy is scum. What if I agree with him? That sounds like a very poor thing to do, so let's do it. Oh, really? I thought they would have some strange dialogue with it, but no. Okay. Is your claim valid? I challenge the validity of your claim to extraterritorial rights. Do you truly understand what it is you're saying? Of course, and I stand by it. You dare doubt my words? You have no shame. Wait and see. Such irredeemable ignorance. It troubles me greatly. There is no need to worry. I do not need to be saved. It is Miss Swift whom I wish to save from these false charges that you have laid against her. I admire your tenacity. However, your wish is unattainable. The extraterritoriality laws are unshakable. This plane is Zengfar territory. I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Okay. Oh, we'll try the forceful one again. Wait and see. What was my other option here? Wait and see. The shooting took place outside the plane. Only she could have done it. That's it. The shooting occurred outside the plane. Ah, so it's not... Yeah, so it's an incident on Japanifornia soil. This could be a very important clue. It's time to use that clue. The gun came from outside. Indeed, I do not question your extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, you just claimed that the shooting took place outside the plane. Yes, if it didn't happen inside the plane, extraterritorial laws do not apply. Your claim has fallen apart. Miss Swift's arrest is invalid. Wrecked. Grr, impossible! To be bested by a mere prosecutor! I am the President! Checkmate, Mr. President. Wrecked. Checkmate, Mr. President. I bet he has fantasized about saying that his whole life. The other option is to wrestle. Yeah, the logic chess music's really good. Who hasn't, to be fair? Yeah, that's true, that's true. This is how he pictures his courtroom battles with Nick. Just imagine that. He basically visualises Nick as some bizarre chess idiot savant. That's great. Yeah, he's trying to think of it as like a chess game, and Phoenix is basically just throwing all the pieces at him. Just pawn goes over here and becomes a queen. He's like, what? That's what? Mr. President, will you allow us to continue with our investigation? No. I yield. I will allow it. My heart is generous. My heart is tolerant and merciful. Therefore, as such, certainly, thus we shall. It is our duty for a most noble cause. Gentlemen, now is the time. I, the President of Zengfar, for the sake of the investigation. This guy sure likes beating around the bush. Knightly, we have received the President's permission. Could you return our evidence? There, here. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth! Indeed. Now we can resume the investigation. Ha! It's funny how happy you are just because I gave you your precious pieces back. Now let's see how well you use them. Pay attention then. Here is my next move. Mr. President, may I make one more request of you? Would you please testify about the moment of the incident? Testify? Hey, hold on a sec. That's your next move? Isn't that the sort of thing you'd leave to the courts? Naturally, it's a courtroom procedure. However, I'd still like to hear what he has to say. If he refuses to cooperate with the investigation, he will have to give a clear reason. That's... Is there something wrong? You get to be extra smug in this game. I like it. Knightly, stand down. I shall grant the Honourable Prosecutor's request. I thank you for your cooperation. Now, heed my words. Oh God. Do I really have to talk to this guy? This is a, this is definitely a president. Stop slinging that gun. Yes. God, that guy is a... a problem. Alright. President's testimony. Where was I when the incident occurred? Oh yes, the stage. Then, Rook and Knightley suddenly appeared and stood in front of me. After that, I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting. After that? And so, those two attempted to escort me into the plane. But then, the second gunshot. It's very animated. I like it. The bullet pierced through Rook's body and struck my bulletproof vest. If that's the case, then the President's a victim too, right? It was an assassination attempt. Mr. Rook just happened to get caught up in it, unfortunately. But isn't it strange? Why would the victim want to interrupt the investigation? Of course, if this becomes public, it would cause problems. I see! There's still some deep, dark secret behind this case, right? Certainly the President, and perhaps Knightley too, know of this secret. And I think the reporter lady knows it too. Dun, 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 dun. He heard the colour of the balloon bursting. Yeah, that is a weird phrase, actually. It's not an intended use of the metaphor, I'm sure, but the night piece is hard to use. Novice players have a tendency to waste it by, well, jumping the gun. It's a neat implication that Knightley isn't as good at the game as he thinks he is. Probably unintended, but very neat. It might be intended. They seem to have put a lot of, just a lot of chess references in here. Without fail, I shall reveal it for all to see. Rebuttal. Alright, let's save first. As someone who knows how to handle and shoot guns, the guy swinging around at triggers, you moron shouldn't be a security guard. Yeah, he seems very dangerous. Really wants to be a revolver ocelot, yeah. Alright. Are you aware of just how serious this incident is? You naive man! Did you think I would be perturbed by that question? Of course! I am well aware that a coward attempted to shoot me. At the time, I was on the stage delivering my speech. Then, Rook and Knightley suddenly appeared and stood in front of me. Did you realise there was a shooter when they appeared in front of you? What was I doing at that time? Ah yes, the speech. During my speech, I was in a euphoric state, a state of nothingness and enlightenment. So, you got nervous and you blanked out? Nay, I have not forgotten a single occurrence that transpired during my speech. When Rook and Knightley appeared in front of me, I was surprised. After that, I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting. A red balloon? You try my patience, prosecutor. That was not my intention. I just want to make sure your recollections are reliable. Humph. There were balloons on both sides of the stage, swelling red in the cloudy sky, as laid out in the security plan. The security plans? Ah, the one from the bag. They stepped in front of me just before the balloon burst. And so, those two attempted to escort me into the plane. Attempted to escort you? What actually happened? That's right, attempted. Rook and Knightley raised their attaché cases. That's the moment shown in case photo. They led me towards the plane. But then, the second gunshot. What happened after the second gunshot? Pitiful prosecutor! If you don't know that much, you're not fit for duty. What's that supposed to mean? I grow weary of needless repetition. It should be quite obvious. Even you should know the path of the second bullet. The bullet pierced through Rook's body and struck my bulletproof vest. When the bullet hit, what condition was the victim in? Oh, he was truly a man among men. Still groaning from the bullet's impact, he grabbed hold of me and dashed into the plane. So you entered the plane along with the victim. I am to be protected. Rook was to protect me. That was his role. He speaks firmly, but it feels like he's just dodging the question, sir. He's a president. That's to be expected. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. Since he's also a victim, he wouldn't have a reason to lie, sir. So, what he said should be nothing but the truth. On the contrary, there is one point that stands out to me as odd. Try to recall the state of the crime scene. Eh? Really? Show me the evidence. Perhaps I should review it one more time. Here. Well, let's see what happens when we do the wrong thing. Check out my badge. That statement is contradictory. Have a look at this evidence. It was inevitable. Knightley? Got it, Mr. President. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. The only thing contradictory Here's your own statement. They're ganging up on me. Any more? There is a contradiction in your testimony. This piece of evidence proves it. I admire your spirit. However, as the head of Zangfar, I cannot turn a blind eye to any evil. You have the courage of a foolish child. You alone must suffer for your mistake. I was mistaken. We haven't had any unique game over things so far, but I wonder if we'll have one here. Gumshoe is too pure for this world. Yeah. Well, let's see if we get a good and interesting game over this time. They keep refilling my health. It's rather annoying. I won't let that statement pass. It contradicts this piece of evidence. Your reasoning is at fault. My reasoning stands like steel. Feeble prosecutor, accept my reasoning. That reasoning is... There is no use arguing. I was the one at fault here. To protect or to prosecute. Badge will prevail. Yeah, I'll save it here so I've got kind of lowish health. If there's any other game overs I want to try and get. Badge will prevail. The badge always prevails. Badge. Looked away for a moment when I was reading Huang's lines, and you thought I was making some sort of joke. Turns out I was reading word for word. That's hilarious. Oh, am I pronouncing Huang correctly? The incident occurred on my badge. I can prove it. Check out my badge. No? Okay. You heard a gunshot on the red balloon bursting. The red balloon was my badge. I can see several weird things about his testimony. I have to decide what I'm gonna go after first. We got any dialogue from him, or is it just... No? Oh, really? Is there no special dialogue this case? I'm disappointed. They could have had a... They could have had one with the killer, one with the president. Maybe there's fewer game over things this game. There was tons the previous one. Alright, well, something appeared. Alright, so red balloon bursting. I guess he's talking about the Steel Samurai. The floor plans. Yeah, I'm gonna try presenting the Steel Samurai. I'm guessing I'm trying to be like, oh, you know, it was steel color. A red balloon burst? I'm afraid that's not the case. What? Please have a look at this piece of evidence. Can you see what has burst? No! Is he gonna get sick? This is... What, exactly? It's the Steel Samurai, warrior of near old Tokyo. You'd do well to remember it. If you wish to win the support of this nation's people. And don't forget the rival show, the German Ninja. The balloon that was ruptured by the bullet was no ordinary red balloon. It was a Steel Samurai balloon. But according to the plans, there should have been 2 red balloons. It says so right here, in the security plan. It certainly looks like there are only 2 round balloons drawn here. Knightley, what is the meaning of this? Explain at once. Yes, sir. That Steel Samurai balloon was a last-minute replacement. Replacement? That's what we were told. Seems that information didn't make it to the President. We ran into a little trouble during setup last night. One of the balloons that we had prepared burst. So, you scrambled to find a replacement? I bet he accidentally shot it. Because he has terrible trigger discipline. Can you see what has burst your lies? Ah, sorry to burst your red balloon. Exactly. We just happened to run into a guy manning a stand in the park. He said he'd lend us the Steel Samurai balloon. Uh-oh. He was kind of a poser. Was it, Larry? A stand, a Steel Samurai balloon, and a poser. We pumped air into its red samurai pants to create a makeshift balloon. So the Steel Samurai balloon looked just like an ordinary red balloon. Is that what you mean? Knightley! Why was I not informed of this? Sir, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't think it was important enough to report. Couldn't you tell by just looking at it? I did not notice it. So he mistook the Steel Samurai's pants for an ordinary balloon. That's such a weird sentence. Was there a reason why you made that mistake? Oh! What now? A moment, please. I just remembered now. I could not see the balloon very well. You couldn't see it? Exactly. At the time, the wind was strong. The flags on the stage were fluttering wildly, and they obstructed my view. The flags? Did they, though? Did you not see the flags that were set up on both sides of the stage? Due to the strong wind, they were waving about, just like this. So a strong wind was blowing at the time of the incident. The flags were fluttering wildly. Is there a problem with that? There's a save file. Out of context AA moment, yes. This game has so many hilarious quotes. This series. Yeah, no problem. It's fine. There's nothing particularly wrong with that. Exactly. Because of the flags, I could not see the balloon. I did not realize it until I was informed of the fact. I assumed it was just an ordinary red balloon. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth? Are you just going to let the President get away like that? But the President's statement. He refuses to testify and interferes with our investigation. That's really suspicious. Let me rethink this through one more time. Well, I'm going to get that health back. It's only a tiny bit of health, but I'll get it back, just in case. There might be lots of other moments like that. So I'm going to guess, I'm going to check her photo. Swap that. Yeah, you can't really see the flags here. That looks like the edge of a flag, and yeah, it does seem to be waving quite a bit. What else we got to look at? Oh nice, we can look at both versions of the floor plan. Undercover agents keep an eye on the audience. And I bet the killer was an undercover agent. Because they had access to one of the guns and they had access to these floor plans. They just had the old one. Let's see. Lots of wind. Oh hey. We can look at the calling card. Ah, yep. The bullet hole was in the flag, so... yeah. There's a problem! President Huang, you have my gratitude. Your testimony has helped uncover a new contradiction. A contradiction, you say? Yes, one that turns the very foundations of this case on its head. During my investigation, there was no wind at the crime scene, so the flags remained still. However, the flags were actually fluttering in the strong wind. This completely changes the meaning of that piece of evidence. Love how vague he is. Which evidence contradicts the state of the crime scene? It's definitely my badge. This is the evidence. That turns the case on its head. Hey Edgeworth, do you even know how to use your pieces? The one that's been taken is yours! I must have evidence that shows the situation at the time of the incident. First I need to think back to the President's testimony and compare it. The bullet's trajectory. Take that! The gunshot rang out during the President's speech. The bullet struck the balloon, and also pierced through the national flag. I had previously deduced the bullet's trajectory using these facts. The assassin fired the bullet from the left side of the audience area. However, if the flags were fluttering about like so, my reasoning changes. Ah! Since the flag's position has changed? Correct. The bullet's trajectory must also change. And if we trace the trajectory of the bullet, we can tell who fired the shot. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to do something now, aren't I? Eh? But, Mr. Edgeworth, that person is... Indeed. I still don't understand why. However, it can be none other than him. By tracing the bullet's path, who was the person who fired this gun? It was Gumshoe! The bullet's trajectory points to this person. Ah, so the murder weapon was not a gun, but a boomerang. What? That's it. With that kind of trajectory, it could only have been a boomerang. Well then, prosecutor, show us this murder weapon. You really got something like that? There's no need to consider the impossible. I only need to follow the bullet's path. Boomerang, I don't quite get that part. And after that... I'll get that health back. Alright, so it's either the president or that bodyguard. Yeah, I think it's the bodyguard. There he is. The person who shot the balloon was none other than you, Horace Knightley. What? Connect the bullet holes in the balloon and the flag, and the line points to you. Bullet trajectory data updated. Woohoo! But that guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why would he have shot the Steel Samurai balloon, sir? Preposterous. I agree with the detective. There is no reason. Are you saying Knightley, who has saved my life on numerous occasions, is an assassin? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I've had it up to here with you. My job is to protect the president. Knightley, control yourself. Sorry, sir. Prosecutor, indeed, the wind was strong during my speech. However, the wind strength can change very quickly. Evidence! Show us evidence that the flag was flying at the moment of the gunshot. Oh boy. Evidence. Gonna need evidence. Smell of betrayal. Same. Same. The gunshot occurred the moment the president raised his fist to the sky. The evidence that shows this moment is... Do I have something that shows the state of the flag? My badge does. This evidence... This doesn't really show it. Okay, what do you think? What? You mean that thing you're holding, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, this. Do you want to hold it? I think you should just admit that you were wrong. Evidence that shows the moment of the incident. Let me check again. I'll reload that save. Yes, I think it's the second photo she took, because you can see the flag in the background. Oh, the moment he raised his fist to the sky. It could be her first photo. I'll just show you the photos. The evidence is in this photo. Interesting. And where in this photo exactly? Oh god. Proof that the flag was flying in this photo is right here. It's the president's beard. What do you think, if you look at the state of the flags? I don't get it. No, not that. Look here, at this point. I don't see anything there, sir. I have to prove the state of the flags at the moment of the incident. Must be something in this photo that shows this. Right there. Don't you see? The fluttering flag can be seen in this photo. No! There is no mistaking that the flags were flying at the moment of the incident. So then, it really was that guy who shot the balloon. That would mean Mr. Knightley is the assassin. Horace Knightley is... Is he the assassin? But this gun was found over in the bin, and two shots have been fired. I have been thinking it's an inside job because the killer had access to the plans, and also they knew where to shoot to get around the vest. Because my line of thinking is the victim was intended to be that guy all along, Rook. But if he did it... I guess he could have, as they were running into the plane, shot him in the back. Look at those photos. Could be holding his gun behind there. He's hiding his hand. Yeah, he could have fired a shot just to get them to retreat into the plane, and then as they were retreating, he shot him in the back. Yeah, that's my theory. So I think he's the assassin. And then, since he was kind of in charge of the investigation, he was able to dispose of the gun. Okay. Yeah, so I think he is the assassin. So I'm going to say not the assassin. See what happens. Horace Knightley is not the assassin. The only thing he shot was a balloon. A balloon on the opposite side of the president. He wasn't aiming at the president. Why then? Why was it necessary for me to do a thing like that? Depending on your answer, I might take aim at your pretty little head. Ooh, this guy sucks. Why was it necessary? I presume the reason is connected to the one thing that's felt out of place. Is this actually the right answer? I considered this, but the same gun was fired twice. The one who shot the balloon was the president's bodyguard, Knightley. Okay, so this is the right answer. Getting the right answer on accident. So I guess the second bullet was fired at some other point just to make it look like they both came from the same gun. Naturally, he's the assassin. That is terrible. Yet, what would be the merit? Eh? The merit? What do you mean? Like he says, if I were the assassin, I'd need to have something to gain from it. Because the moment I killed the president, I'd be out of a job as a bodyguard. That's true. There's no plausible motive. I mean, we don't really know anything about this guy. But, alright. My theory was wrong. Oh, I felt so smart. Getting the right answer on accident. I'm playing edgy, not Nick. Yes. Get into character more, please. Horace Knightley is not the assassin. The only thing he shot was a balloon. A balloon on the opposite side of the president. He wasn't aiming at the president. Why then? Why was it necessary for me to do a thing like that? Depending on your answer, I might take aim at your pretty little head. Why was it necessary? I presume the reason is connected to the one thing that's felt out of place. The one who shot the balloon was the president's bodyguard, Knightley. That fact will change the entire viewpoint of this case. Logic. His head couldn't turn right. I'm actually not sure which ones. Knightley shot the balloon. I mean, I'm thinking it wasn't, the president wasn't the target at all. But I'm not sure how these connect. Knightley shot the balloon. don't know, I'll see what happens if I try and connect these two. Why was Knightley's position changed? Because I can't turn my head to the right. My position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage. Was that really the only reason? If the plans had not changed and Knightley remained on the left side of the stage, Knightley can't turn his head to the right. Would he have been able to aim at the balloon on the left side of the stage? Perhaps the security plans were altered so that Knightley could shoot the balloon. If that's the case, what's this? The details of the security plans were changed. Yeah, that's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders. The security plans were changed on the President's orders. Okay. Well, I wonder, where am I gonna, Yes, this... Well, put them together. See where we go. In other words, the president knew about the balloon being shot. He knew about the attempt on his own life. If you think about it that way, everything that's been out of place is beginning to add up. Why was the assassin able to get a gun past such tight security? Ooh. Why was the assassin wearing a conspicuous red hood? Why did they use a laser sight that would so easily reveal their location? Why was the president so calm after being shot? This was the truth the president and his subordinates tried to conceal. There can only be one reason why Knightley fired the gun. The entire assassination was a setup. Eh? Huh? How dare you? Do you seriously understand what you're implying with this? Of course I understand. In fact, now I understand everything. Mr. President, you wish to take the investigation rights from me. That was also so you could conceal the real truth. How dare you mock me with these spurious allegations? Mock you? That was not my intention. I simply used logic to uncover the truth. That is all. Knightley fired the first shot in order to rupture the balloon. Hearing the gunshot and the sound of the balloon bursting, the audience began to panic. This was followed by one more shot. Wait, one more shot? Yes. Knightley turned towards the balloon and pulled the trigger a second time. The second gunshot was also fired by Knightley, to create the illusion of the second shot hitting the president. So what about the bullet that hit the president's bulletproof vest? What if that bulletproof vest had been prepared in advance? Please don't throw up, please don't. What's the matter, Mr. President? Afraid of facing a little bullet? That's not true. I was definitely shot. If we examined the bullet in your vest, it would answer the question for us. Will we find Rook's blood on that bullet? But the person in the red hood who shot me is in that photo. Weren't you listening, Mr. President? From the bullet's trajectory, the one who fired the shot must have been Knightley. Then Nicole? She too was part of the president's plan. She was to bear the blame and become the false assassin. The red hooded figure. Exactly. I don't know how much of the plan Miss Swift knew beforehand. However, she didn't fire the gun. All she did was aim the laser pointer at the president's head. That's right. Once the crowd began to panic, you would turn your parka inside out. and thus the red-hooded figure vanished. After that, you discarded the gun and security plan in the trash, and the illusion of the assassin vanishing like a ghost was complete. And with the assassin gone, the case would go unsolved, pal. Yes, that was what he hoped for. That's why he wouldn't let Mr. Edgeworth investigate the case. Exactly. All of this was an asinine publicity stunt from a lying president. But why'd the other bodyguard die? But you... He has a mouth laser. Oh, oh, I see. He was like tucking his belly in the whole time. You were wrong. He revealed his true form. I looked surprisingly like Huang's when he broke down. The assassination is a lie, isn't it? The chief... Why did he have to pick you? This should not have happened. Well played, Mr. Prosecutor. Knightley. I am speaking with the President now. Thank you very much. This guy has a voice, so he's got to be important. You're a chess player. You know knights always strive to protect their king. So shut up. Now. Are you threatening me, Mr. Knightley? What's with this guy? Oops, sorry. I went over the top there. But on to business. As my first move, I want to ask you a question. You say I fired a gun on the stage, right? Then I should have been caught. The entire audience was watching me. I see. Now it's my move. You used a certain object to prevent the spectators from seeing you. A certain object? Yes, I used my save file. Yeah, they recorded all the objection sound bites. But yeah, just the fact that he has a sound bite at all makes me think he's gonna be a recurring character. What did Knightley use to prevent the audience from seeing him? He used a tape recorder. I believe you used this. Am I getting close? How should I know? You tell me. There's definitely something strange about that evidence. So, what exactly is so strange, Mr. Prosecutor? If Knightley really did fire the gun, the issue is whether the audience could see him. He had to have used something to solve that issue. The question is, do I have that piece of evidence right now? I'll reload. I don't know how much longer this case is going to go, so... This is a really good first case. It's probably the best tutorial case. It doesn't feel like a tutorial at all. Well, it's my favourite tutorial case so far anyway. The attaché case. Exactly. I'd like you to have a look at this photo Kay took. Attaché? Attaché? I don't know. I keep pronouncing it differently. Is there a way to grab a screen grab off a clip? You pretty much just have to, like, if you're on a PC, you use print screen on your keyboard and then put it in a photo program and crop it. Your right hand is completely hidden by the case. This photo captures the exact moment you secretly fired the gun. You use the attaché case as a screen. You seem to enjoy making up convenient stories, Mr. Prosecutor. But you've missed something. What have I missed? That everything you've said is just a hypothesis, a theory. Flags flapping in the wind, using the case as a screen. The security plans were modified because I can't move my neck. You've got no decisive evidence. Ugh. Yeah, it'd be great if you had the bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it and see if the ballistic markings match my gun. But that bullet's probably at the bottom of the lake. Finding it would be real tough, right? I hate to admit it, but it's as he says. There's no decisive evidence. If there's no proof, the only thing you can do is shut up. So do so. Miss Swift. That's it. If she speaks, we could hear new testimony. Hey, lady, you got something to say? Never mind. There we go. I thought so. Nicole. Don't be afraid. The truth will escape if you let that man intimidate you. You're a reporter. A journalist, are you not? I will not remain silent. You'd better consider your position. Use your head before saying something you'll regret. I forgot the #1 rule of journalism. Journalists must not tell lies. You can't call it a scoop if it ain't the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm sorry. I've been hiding this the whole time. This is? I used this laser pointer to aim at the president. That's all I did. I never fired the gun. You stupid woman! If you testify, you'll be admitting you're an accomplice. I don't care. I'm going to tell him everything. 3 days ago, I was covering an event at the Zengfei embassy. Then some of the president's men called me over. They said if I cooperated, I'd get an exclusive interview with the president. Wow, she did all this for an interview. I mean, she probably didn't know what was going to happen. And the gun in the trash? I really don't know. All I was told was to come wearing a red hood and to aim the laser pointer. I never thought it would snowball into all of this. I'm really, truly sorry. Nicole, thank you. That was a testimony worthy of the courtroom. This is sufficient testimony to verify the fake assassination plot. Damn you, the lot of you! You're all a bunch of mindless morons. It's a shame. If only you had been able to usurp the investigation as planned. You would have been able to silence this young lady. Whoa! Blast! So, tomorrow's headlines now read, Fake assassination plan exposed. Becomes a murder. Right? I can't believe that you'd do something this horrible, pal. I admit nothing. The President. Knightley, that's enough. We have no choice but to admit it. So, Mr. President, you admit that you planned a fake assassination? Yes, I admit it. I'm sorry. But why? Why did you have to do this? My approval ratings in Zenfire have fallen. I wanted to appeal to them as a strong president who survived an assassination. But in the end, it was just a lie. A stupid lie. Yeah, this guy sucks. And the bullet in the bulletproof vest. Prepared earlier. It was not fired today. Welp. She was asked to point a laser at the president's forehead and didn't think it was going to result in her head rolling. Yes, that is not something you could pay me to do. You couldn't pay me to do that. But what about Mr. the Killer? It seems our plan was leaked. Someone wanted to make this fake assassination real. That's why the killer wore the red raincoat. He would impersonate the culprit from the plan in order to approach the president. But there's still one thing I don't understand. What's that? Why did Rook die? His death was not a part of this charade, and yet it really happened. Yes. Why was his life taken? Ethan was an outstanding bodyguard. Even though he wasn't from my country, he had my utmost respect. You know something? I wouldn't think that having the trust of a cowardly president meant that much, honestly. Hey, that's the same sort of bond between me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. I wouldn't put it that way. Did Rook know of your plan? Not the exact details. I asked him to cooperate, and he refused. You should have listened to his advice. Yes, indeed. I wouldn't have done all this if I had known. There. Sorry, Tiskies. Yeah. You're being too dramatic. What? Rook was just one piece of the president's defense. Knightley? That's... And it's not as if he cooperated with your plan. I did. He ran away, taking whatever dignity he had left with him. Good riddance. Oh, this guy's... There's a lot of scumbags on screen right now. 2 of them. Scumbag. Scumbag. I know you're a valuable bodyguard, but still... I don't have time for this, sir. I'm the team leader now. There's going to be a lot of changes now that the chicken's gone. After all, adaptation is the most important principle in chess. I knew you always wanted to be the team leader. But isn't this a bit imprudent? I will orchestrate even more perfect plans, just like this one. You definitely have ambition. But wasn't your perfect plan today a failure? If it weren't for you and that idiot Rook, it would have been perfect. What did Rook do? If he hadn't died, the killer wouldn't have threatened me. And you would have never set foot in this plane. Knightley? How can you say such a thing? Yeah, he died trying to save you, Mr. President. Maybe he fulfilled his lifelong ambition. He died protecting the president? Huh? But the assassination was fake, right? Of course it was. But you need to listen closer, little girl. Reminder, the guy who wanted to make the fake assassination real. Sorry, remember? Remember the guy who wanted to make the fake assassination real? There were 2 gunshots at the time of the incident. The first was as you said, I shot the balloon. But the second one wasn't me. So who fired the second shot? The real assassin. But it wasn't the killer. He intended to attack the president with a knife, not a gun. Oh god, there's another one? There's another assassin? The lucky winner was the hidden queen. Or should I say, the lady in the coat over there. Eh? Oh, he's still trying to accuse her? Oh my god. You're accusing Nicole, pal? I ain't no assassin. Really? I don't believe you. The gun that was left in the trash. That was yours, right? Scumbag. Knightley's testimony. I shot the balloon and entered the plane with Rook and the president. Rook waited in the cabin while I led the president into the security room. When I came out, Rook was already on the ground. The bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the president to the plane. The shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash. So, you're saying you don't know exactly when the victim was shot? A knight's job isn't to protect the Rook. It's to protect the king. Huh? What he's trying to say is that his job was to protect the president only. It's over if you lose the king. Checkmate. That's the first rule of chess. If you let your pieces get taken right in front of you, you're not likely to win. But I did win. Look, the president is safe. Don't claim victory when the game has only just begun. Well then. Alright, let's save. Remember what you said about them wanting to write this like it's a final case? This is a lot for case 1. Yes, it is. There are 2 bullets fired and they're both from the same guns. Same gun headed. I don't think he swapped guns with Rook. Rook pulled his gun out. But I don't think it was... Yeah, it wasn't fired. Yeah, Knightley... So I'm guessing maybe he did actually fire the second shot. Since the gun fired twice. He just wanted to kill the other guy and take over, that's what I think. Because he's a scumbag. I shot the balloon and entered the plane with Rook and the President. So, the victim had no part in your plan? Yeah, that's right. He didn't even know it was all fake. So you're saying he thought it was a real assassination attempt? Ah, but you fired the gun right next to him. Wouldn't he have noticed? Maybe he did. Not that it matters now. Besides, even if he thought the assassination attempt was a fake, his duty was to protect the king. He made a split-second decision to sacrifice himself. The victim was truly a man of honor. You're wrong. It was all part of my plan. He simply assisted in our little performance on stage. Rook waited in the cabin while I led the President into the security room. Why did you do that? The assassination was supposed to be fake. There were a lot of guests milling around outside. Wouldn't it be bad if the President, who just escaped an assassination, was seen lounging around and drinking grape juice? Imagine the headlines. What was the victim doing at that time? How should I know? I was with the President inside the security room. Anyway. When I came out, Rook was already on the ground. Where did you find the body? About where he is now. He collapsed in the middle of this room. When I returned, the door to the plane was already closed. The bullet must have hit Rook right before the door closed. Talk about a hassle. It's all his fault that this plan failed. Knightley, that's too far. Even if he protected the king, he couldn't protect his honor. He was careless in his duty, and he paid the price for it. This man is truly despicable. As I was saying, the bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the President to the plane. Weren't you both carrying bulletproof attaché cases? Yeah, when Rook noticed the laser pointer, we opened up those bad boys and became the President's shield. You're telling me the bullet slipped through the space between your shields? Are you claiming that Miss Swift has such precise aim? Well, she was targeting the President. I wouldn't say her aim is precise at all. So the bullet was off target and just happened to hit the victim instead. Through the tiny gap between his bulletproof vest and case? I don't want to believe it either. But they say the truth is stranger than fiction. Oh, you don't want to believe it. Oh. Yeah, this guy was always planning to throw her under the bus for all this. So he's just trying to complete his perfect plan. Jerk. Scumbag. I should get a Virgil soundbite of him going scum and then just hit the button whenever I think someone's a scumbag. Oh, I need to do that. Rook was hit by a 1 in a million shot, and you have the evidence to prove it. Do I? The shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash. Ah, yeah. So the second shot wasn't part of your plan? That's right. She did that on her own. If you think about it, wasn't she desperate for a scoop? I'm a journalist. I ain't no murderer. Well then, Who was the one who joined the plan in order to get exclusive coverage? Oh, that's... It's just like he said. I orchestrated this fake assassination attempt. She was only supposed to aim the laser pointer. I guess it wasn't enough for her. She prepared her own gun and took aim at the president. She probably thought she wouldn't get caught if she went on and shot me too. Knightley fired the first shot, and then Miss Swift fired the second one. In other words, Nicole also had a gun. I never thought she was the type. Without any proof, it's just pure speculation. Then bam! Let's present some evidence. Alright, let's do that. Maybe I should get one of those, what are they called? Stream decks? It's like a little device that hooks into OBS and then you can just press a button and it does things. Maybe I should get one of those. Have a scum button. Alright. Check out my badge. What do you think of this? Mr. Prosecutor, haven't you forgotten the rules of chess? Maybe I should present this instead. Gotcha! It's against the rules to touch a piece and then not move it. Take the penalty. Urgh. What was I thinking? I'm not expecting a special game over, but I'll check just in case. Objection. I don't see the point of your testimony. Oh, and you think you're any better? Always rambling on and on. You're the one who can't make a straight point. You sure you have the capacity for this, mentally speaking? Adrius hasn't been straight a day in his life. To come this far, only to lose the truth. Yeah. No special game over. Boop. The stream just died. Oh, okay. Did it die for anyone else? Looks like I'm still connected, so... Maybe just one of Twitch's servers. Okay. Yeah, so my thing is that the gun in the trash fired 2 shots. But he's claiming he fired the first one. Objection. Chat died for you. Ah, fine for you. Huh. You know, Twitch did die. Twitch chat died for me earlier when I was watching a different stream, so I think Twitch is having some server issues maybe. So, you shot the balloon and Miss Swift shot Rook. Is that really true? I can't see it any other way. The gun we discovered in the trash was fired twice. The number of gunshots don't add up. Why don't the gunshots add up? It's simple. This gun is fake evidence, left behind by the real criminal. Ooh. Fake evidence? Think about it. The criminal planted this for a reason. By finding the gun, we'd assumed that the assassin was in the audience, in order to make us believe that the gun was used by the assassin. The gun needed to appear as if it had been fired twice. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought at the time finding the gun in the trash was weird. That was a bad place to dispose of it. This case is really good. I get it, because 2 shots were fired during the incident. However, we proved that the bullet that hit the balloon did not come from this gun. Therefore, I have my doubts as to whether this gun also took Rook's life. Here it comes. You're packing some serious heat. Enough with the song and dance. You've come this far, go ahead and say it. I won't just say it, I'll prove it. Oh, the one who really shot Rook is... Dick Gumshoe. Look at this. It was this person. Hey, you really don't know anything, do you? Was that supposed to be a joke? Or are you serious? Hey, that's not right. Mr. Edgeworth's so smart that our feeble minds just can't comprehend his reasoning. I don't think so, Kay. The real murder weapon was not the gun we found in the park. That was planted to throw us off the trail. And the person who planted it. I'm gonna save just in case I screw it up. But yeah, I think it was him. He wanted to kill the other guy and take over. Scumbag. Check the DMC channel on my Discord. Okay, cool, I shall. Scum.
Scum.
Oh, thank you.
Scum. Scum.
Nice, thank you. Oops, hang on. Got this window open 3 times apparently. There we go. Okay. Needs to be louder. Yeah, I'll have to I'll probably boost its sound in Audacity. Cool, thanks for finding that, Panicking. That was planted to throw us off the trail, and the person who planted it, it can only be one person. The one who really shot Rook is Horace Knightley. You murdered Rook. Eh, you finally said it. Knightley, you couldn't have. The killer wasn't the only one who took advantage of the fake assassination plot. You intended to murder Rook and claim he was a victim of the assassination. Once the President had entered the security room and the door to the plane was closed, only the victim and Knightley would have been left in this room. And at that moment, you fired a 3rd bullet, directly at Rook. Surprised the President didn't hear it from the other side of the door. A 3rd bullet? Ha! Only 2 gunshots were heard. The numbers don't match up. The plane's walls are soundproof. If the door was closed, the gunshot would not have been heard outside. But wasn't the President in the next room? That's true. The President may have heard the gunshot. Mr. President, did you hear a gunshot? I didn't hear any gunshots. But weren't you watching this room through the security cameras? The cameras in this room aren't usually turned on. I turned on the power after I entered the security room. So you didn't turn on the power immediately after entering the room? No. Actually, I... What is it? He's not being clear. Mr. President, focus. This is vital. Please. I was hiding under the bed, covering my ears. What? But you knew the assassination was fake. It doesn't matter. I simply hate the sound of guns. Aw, that terrifying sound. I just can't help it. That definitely ain't going in my article. Good. Well. Nicely. You saw the President hiding under the bed. Furthermore, you could tell if the security cameras had been turned on by looking at the monitors. Still don't know what's up with that, whatever that is. A stuffed plush. Yeah, honestly, they played up that moment as just like really goofy and silly, but honestly, yeah, like I hate loud noises. I hate them. Like I would be right there. In that moment, when the President wouldn't hear the gunshot or see the room, you had a chance to fire a 3rd bullet at Rook. Knightley, did you really? You deceived me? You really think I killed that moron? That's cold, Mr. President. Calling someone who just got killed a moron and then saying someone else is cold. Have a little faith in me. The bodyguard who's risking his life to protect you. I wanted to believe you. I want to believe you. I really do, but I just don't get it. Why are you suspecting me alone? There's still the possibility that she's the killer. This gun is not the murder weapon. The number of missing bullets makes that clear. Maybe it was one short to begin with. Ever think of that? What? Maybe it already fired a shot yesterday, or the day before. And the second shot was fired today. The one that hit Rook. Well, isn't that just the perfect excuse? Excuse? The possibility exists, you can't deny that. He's right. I can't deny it completely. Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz comes to mind. He also has pointy ears for some reason. Oh yeah! Oh, yeah, maybe he's like a Cowardly Lion sort of trope reference. That would be cool. You need decisive evidence. Evidence so decisive that it makes my heart stop and my logic crumble. You got something like that? Gah. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do anything? At this rate, Nicole will... Mr. Prosecutor, it's true, I did an awful thing for a scoop. But I never killed nobody. I could never do a thing like that. Decisive evidence. If I could prove the murder weapon was Knightley's gun... Proof it was his gun? Well, the other bodyguard had his gun out for some reason and we never figured out why. This sounds like the AA moment of if you didn't say anything they would have gotten away with it. Yes. Evidence that makes my heart stop. Definitely not foreshadowing. Yeah, that's an interesting line, wasn't it? Yeah, it'd be great if you had the bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it and see if the ballistic markings matched my gun. If we can find the bullet that took Rook's life, we can determine which gun fired the shot from the ballistic markings. Ah, it's in the monitor. The monitor that broke. If you've got no evidence, then we're done talking. Hold it! What? You don't seriously have decisive evidence? Naturally. That's a big joke. Well, come on now, show us. What is this so-called evidence? The bullet that took Rook's life. That's the decisive evidence I need. Now let's save right here. So people who've played this game, are the other cases as good as this one? Without spoiling what they are, of course. Just are they as good as this case? Because this case is great. This evidence. Do I have it? Well, I was going to point out. I think it's in the monitor. I mean, technically I haven't found the bullet, but I assume I know where it is. I'll just say, I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. Okay. It's game over, man. However, it is somewhere in this room. Yeah, okay. That's where we were going with that. It's like the first case of the dude appearing to court as a witness, making it as if he walked in his own grave. Yeah. Yep, that's what was his name? Saw it? Something saw it? Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I got it. I have the bullet. Right, here somewhere. If the canary doesn't sing, just shoot it. Or so the saying goes. What? Just as I hoped. I'm gonna blast a hole in you. Right in your chest. Urgh. Rook was killed here. So, where did the bullet go? Come to think of it, there's one thing in this room that's always felt out of place. Thank you for the hint, Edgewood. Unless your adrenaline is up, basically when you're in the moment of a situation where you'd fire a gun outside of practice range, you need to wear protective gear over your ears. If a gunshot is too loud, you never not wear protection over your ears when practicing. Yeah, that makes sense. Can we arrest this guy for threatening to shoot us? I wish we could. Edgeworth is resilient for being shot in the chest, yes. He still had a bit of health left. The bullet is in Manfred's shoulder. I don't have it. Yet. I don't have it. Okay. It's game over, man. However, it is somewhere in this room. What? The bullet that killed Rook pierced through his body. So where did the bullet go? Earlier, you explained it like this. The bullet that took Rook's life pierced through his body and then hit the vest. That's right. It'd be dangerous if he hadn't worn that bulletproof vest. However, now that the fake assassination plan has come to light, we know that the bullet in the bulletproof vest was prepared earlier. So then, where did the bullet go? Interesting. Very interesting. Do you have the answer? I mean, I'm going to have to show it, I assume, so I'm going to save. I was going to say we aren't rich or important enough to arrest someone for threatening us, but then you remembered we're Edgeworth, not Phoenix. Yes! Do I have evidence that shows the location of the bullet that hit Mr. Rook? It's in the Still Samurai! Well, what do you think? Well then, why don't you take the bullet out and show it to us? Not quite yet. It would be inconvenient to do it today. Ha ha! Well, maybe by tomorrow a bullet will have appeared in it. Have you decided to join the Grammari Magician group? Ha! Nice reference. Gah! Yeah, that's not a reference that you'll get yet. Rook was killed here. So then, where did the bullet go? Come to think of it, yep, we know. Even that's probably more like 6-figure salary versus 5-figure. Yeah, probably. In this room, there is one thing that's clearly missing. Something missing? You sure it's not your brain? Oh, good one. I'd like you to look at the rack of security monitors. Ah! It seems you've noticed, Mr. President. Among these images of the plane's surroundings, only the feed from the right side of the plane is absent. That's what's missing. A single monitor. Mr. President, there was originally a monitor here, wasn't there? That's right. Why is there a stuffed toy now? That must have been put there, to hide the empty space where the monitor used to be. Why is the monitor missing, and where did it go? Why? Undoubtedly because it was hit by the bullet. In order to make us think that the bullet really hit the bulletproof vest. It would be a problem if another bullet hole was discovered. So then, where did the monitor go? Where? It should be hidden somewhere inside this plane. There hasn't been a chance to dispose of it outside since it was shot. Detective Gumshoe, search this plane. Roger that, sir. President Huang, you said extraterritorial laws apply to this plane. I will allow it. There is no problem. Thank you. I just want to know the truth of Rook's death. Damn it. You think this is a joke? You're always like this. Rook this, Rook that. Detective, we have his approval. Go ahead. Mr. Edgeworth, I found it, sir. Good work, Detective. Now, let's extract the bullet from the monitor. If I do this here and then do that, I got it. Well, it's definitely stained with blood. I'm certain this is the bullet that killed Rook. Bloody bullet. This is the bullet that will crush your arguments. The decisive evidence that blows a hole in your logic. If the ballistic markings on this bullet do not match the gun found in the audience area, Miss Swift will be cleared of suspicion. What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? Detective, we need to examine the ballistic markings. Send the gun and bullet to forensics. Roger. We should be able to find clear markings on this bullet, sir. Oop. Now then, let's listen to the forensic report. Reporting! First, the blood on this bullet matches the victim's blood. So, this bullet really did take Rook's life. Also, Horace Knightley's fingerprints were found on this gun. Knightley's fingerprints probably came from when he took all their evidence. Okay. The real issue is the ballistic markings. If the markings don't match, Miss Swift will be cleared of suspicion. And the bullet's ballistic markings match this gun. Yeah. It's the one he used. He just disposed of it outside at some point. What? They match? What? No way! There's no mistake. The bullet was fired from this gun. What? Huh? That's strange. Looks like I was right after all. Naturally. Douchebag.
Scum. Scum.
The DT version sounds interesting. Oh god. Did you really think you had me cornered? You misread the board. The one who's been cornered is you. Oh boy, here we go again. Knightley's logic. If the ballistic markings match the gun, there can be no doubt. The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area. Who could have used the gun? Not me, because I was on stage. But what about that lady reporter in the audience? All the evidence points to that young lady as the assassin who killed Rook. Well, it's your move, Mr. Prosecutor. Where did you find this gun again? And which gun fired the bullet? At least we know. It ain't me. This can't be happening. The President and I have admitted to the fake assassination plot. Now it's your turn to admit who the real criminal is. That doesn't make Nicole the criminal. Don't get riled up, Kay. Let him have his say first. After he's done, it won't be too late to begin our counterattack. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. If the ballistic markings match the gun, there can be no doubt. No, that's... Didn't you say it earlier? This is the decisive evidence. Go. Well, how does it feel to have a hole blown through your reasoning? The ballistic markings match the gun we found, so... Does that mean Nicole really was the shooter? I'd like to believe otherwise. But he's got the decisive evidence on his side, sir. Indeed. How should I proceed? If Miss Swift isn't the killer, then the ballistic markings should not match. Thoughts, Kay? If the evidence is impossible, then maybe we should doubt the evidence itself, right? Doubt the evidence? Nicole's definitely not a criminal. So, if the evidence says that she's a criminal, there must be something wrong with it. You seem awfully sure of yourself. It's a great thief's intuition. Intuition. Still, it's quite possible. Above all, Miss Swift doesn't seem like the type of person to tell such elaborate lies. Humph. In court, the evidence is everything. And yet, here I am doubting it. Which evidence do I doubt? Oh boy, okay. Evidence is everything. Edgy when evidence doesn't match what he wants. Intuition! Doubt the evidence. Okay, so now explain how Lotta Jr. got into the plane to shoot the monitor. Yes. Yeah, I'm assuming he's saying that the bullet went through the guy's body as he was like going in the door and went through and hit the monitor while the door was open. That's probably what he would say. Which evidence do I doubt? Which evidence? Evidence. I mean, couldn't he have found an opportunity to... Or was he... No, he was in the plane with the president the whole time, wasn't he? Okay. Alright. The bullets. The bullet was found in here. Was he prepared enough to be able to swap the bullet? That would be thinking quite far ahead. The gun. If he didn't leave the plane at any point, though, he must have had an accomplice drop... Yeah, I'm not really not sure here. I guess the bullets? Or neither. I'll try the gun and see what happens. If anything's suspect here, it can only be the gun. The bullet was discovered just a moment ago. It couldn't have been tampered with yet. Did Knightley have a chance to tamper with the gun? You shall hand over all the evidence you've collected so far, and leave this plane at once. He did. Yep. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Be a good boy and do as you're told. I cannot resist any longer. That's it! He could have tampered with the gun at that time. There's no doubt that this gun is the real murder weapon. In that case, the owner of this gun is... Knightley! Hey, I found the, I found the right answer. Accidentally, again. Press X to doubt. Clearly thinks he's Revolver Ocelot. Maybe he's just used to bullets bouncing improperly off of walls and stuff. Falsified evidence, Edgy's one weakness. Oh. Could there be something strange about the bullet? Detective, did you do anything to the bullet when you first discovered it? Huh? Like what, sir? I don't know. Like, step on it. Or perhaps fall on it. Terrible, sir. You're terrible, Mr. Edgeworth. My ears. He finally told off Edgeworth. The bullet was only just found. Not even Gumshoe could have bungled it that fast. I should doubt. Neither. Hey Shizzle, how are ya? We're nearly at the end of case 1 of this game. It's really good. It's hard to explain everything that's transpired though, because we're right at the end. So it might be best to watch the VOD. None of the evidence seems particularly doubtful. Are you sure? Well, your prosecutor's badge seems a little doubtful to me. Could be a fake. That'd explain the poor job you're doing here. Rip. To come this far, only to reset the DS. If anything's suspect here, it can only be the gun. The bullet was discovered just a moment ago. It couldn't have been tampered with yet. Did Knightley have a chance to tamper with the gun? You shall hand over all the evidence you've collected so far, and leave this plane at once. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, be a good boy and do as you're told. I cannot resist any longer. That's it. He could have tampered with the gun at that time. There's no doubt that this gun is the real murder weapon. In that case, the owner of this gun is... It's the President! Oh no, it's not the President. Maybe this person? Wait, no! They never had the opportunity to switch the guns. If this gun was switched with the real murder weapon, no other could have done it. Take that. He must have switched the guns. Without a doubt, this is Knightley's own gun. How can we prove that by? Oh, okay. All that was to update some evidence. You know what, I'm gonna get that bit of health back, actually. Didn't expect to go back to the rebuttal. Don't guns usually have serial numbers, and people assign those guns recorded down? I'm not sure, do they have serial numbers? Put a new blanket on your bed for the babies so they wouldn't get cat hair all over them and their blankets. Turn it around. Bobby is laying on the blanket with them. Ah, that cat. Oh, that's cute. Laying on the blanket with the babies. That's so cute. Well, this is the AA universe, so yeah, it's a good point. Okay. So that was all from just pressing this statement. Gonna save. Pretty sure guns have numbers, and any reasonable country should probably have a database of which gun is whose. Yeah, I don't remember what how gun licensing works here in Australia. That would make sense though. What happens if I repress now that we've It's true, the markings match. However, you just don't know when to quit. Are you secretly having doubts about the evidence? You should know better than anyone that the evidence never lies. Besides, don't you know it's against the rules to yell "hold it" during chess? He's avoiding my question. But I can already see the answer. When we handed over the evidence to Knightley, he switched his own gun with the one we found in the trash can. So it's only natural the ballistic markings match. Looks like your turn's over. It's my turn now. The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area. Knightley, you're the one who should hold it. You proved it yourself. Don't tell me that you're going to betray your own logic. The bullet is stained with the victim's blood, so it's clear it took the victim's life. And the ballistic markings match the gun we found in the trash can. Nice, nice. Your face betrays your thoughts, Mr. Prosecutor. At this rate, you'll get away. Now that you've got a firm grasp of reality, it's time to take the next step. The link between the gun and the bullet is clear, so... who could have used the gun? Who Indeed. You already know the answer, you just don't want to admit it, huh? I know the feeling. It's probably like how I felt before. Feeling so irritated, you're just itching to pull the trigger. This guy sucks. But this ain't the time to be joking around. Yeah, sure. Only one person could have used that gun. He's not joking. Not me, because I was on stage. What about that lady reporter in the audience? Do you have proof that Miss Swift fired the gun? Whoa there! Didn't the boys in blue already prove that? But Nicole's fingerprints weren't found on the gun. And yours were all over it, pal. Well, that's because I was handling all the evidence earlier. If that lady isn't the killer, who else could it be? You were the one who cornered the assassin in the audience. Grr. Capiche? In fact, from every angle on the board. All the evidence points to that young lady as the assassin who killed Rook. I don't recall that being proven. Well, what exactly have you proved? Oh yeah, you proved that I fired the first bullet. But you're forgetting one crucial thing. Why were you called here in the first place? That's obvious, pal. We came to find the truth. Do you consider the worsening relationship with Zanefar to be the truth? No. Your purpose here was to solve the attempted assassination incident. My purpose here is for me to decide. It is not to be decided by the likes of you. Whatever. If you spend all day arguing like this, the case is going to go unsolved. Just give it up already. The real criminal is that lady over there. No, the real criminal can be none other than this man. The ballistic markings match the gun we discovered in the trash can. When did Knightley have the opportunity to touch the gun? It could only have been when I handed over the evidence. Mr. Edgeworth? Is there anything we can do? Our reasoning up until now has not been wrong. This is an obstacle we'll have to overcome. But doesn't he have decisive evidence? A testimony born from lies will always contain a contradiction. Firstly, I'll need to press Knightley for more details. Alright, now I figure out what to present and where. And maybe it's this statement? It still has 2 bullets fired. Interesting. Oh, okay, no, we're looking at our gun. Okay. I'm wondering his gun. No, that's not right. Oh. I don't see the point of your testimony. Oh, and you think you're any better? Always rambling on and on. Yeah, we've seen that one before. Reset. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, what else we got in here? The bloody bullet. Excuse me, sir, may I see your gun? I'm just asking for his gun. I guess not. Bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area. Well, I could try and be like, hey, how did she hit the monitor? Nope. Not that one. That's not it. That ain't it, Chief. Alright, I guess I'm just presenting the gun at this one. Nope. Oh, okay. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, what proof do I have that this is actually his gun? That's the question. Don't really get to see his gun, so... I feel like this one might just be something obvious and I'm just missing it. We haven't really used this calling card yet. I mean, we could suggest that it was the killer. And be like, hey, you know, he could have... I mean, the killer could have used it, I guess. No? Okay. What do you think of this? Mr. Prosecutor, haven't you forgotten the rules of chess? Ah yeah, this is where he tells us off for not moving a piece. Fired from the gun you found in the audience area. Who could have used the gun? Just gonna repress this one. Prove that he fired the first bullet. No, I've already pressed him. Not sure why we're not just pointing out the possibility that he could have swapped the guns. Yeah, let's go through our evidence. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going for at this point. Ah, so they didn't actually end up with undercover agents. They only ended up with these two. Interesting. Okay. I just got that. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe there's something different about this gun? Since this is a different gun than the one we had before, right? Because you swapped them. A laser pointer. It's an implement you attach to a gun to help you aim with a laser, sir. Even though it does make it easier to aim. The drawback is that you're more easily detected. Yeah, I have seen this. Because I'm wearing red, is that what you're saying? Oh, okay, this is different. How did you know, sir? Hang on, I need to go reread that. It's different dialogue now that we've got Gumshoe. But if you were the target, you probably wouldn't detect a thing, sir. Because I'm wearing red, yep. Very good. Yeah, I thought I saw something there, but I guess not. Yeah, I don't see anything different about this gun. Must be on the wrong track. This music's really good. Yes, I got good music to listen to. Well, I tried just presenting this, didn't I? Did I not? I presented at a different statement. That one, I'm not a fan of that one. Oh. Knightley, you fiend! You switched the guns. The gun that matched the ballistic markings was yours all along. Yeah, I presented that, I think, at 2 other statements. Before I inspected it. Ah, okay. Did I find something different when I inspected it? Heh. Interesting choice of move you've made there. The switch occurred at the time you seized the evidence. when we were arguing with the President over the investigation rights. You detached the laser sight from the gun found in the audience area and attached it to your gun. Then, when you returned the evidence, you gave me your own gun. Haha, did I do that? So, what you're saying is that I knew you'd want to examine the ballistic markings. Indeed. Staying one move ahead of your opponent. Isn't that the fundamental rule of chess? Oh god. Stop. I'm glad you feel that way, Mr. Prosecutor. But you're giving me too much credit. Besides, can you even prove I pulled the old switcheroo with the guns? Yeah, we do have to prove this, somehow. So the gun happens to be the same model as mine. Pure coincidence. But take a closer look. Only one of them has a laser pointer attached to it. Check the number of bullets left in the chamber. Only 2 shots fired, see? There's no evidence that I switched the guns, right? Giving you too much credit. That hardly sounds like something you'd say. Guess I'm just more modest than you. Well, except when I'm in front of a chessboard. But we're not in front of a chessboard. That's too bad. Don't use that as an excuse later. I didn't lose the game, I just couldn't find enough evidence. You're the one who should have an excuse ready. You didn't beat me at chess, you only found the evidence. God, this music's really good. So the gun happens to be the same model as mine. Pure coincidence. Let's save in case it wants us to do something when we press. Pretty impressive he could remove and attach an attachment in the presence of so many people without anyone noticing. Yeah. Well, he's, he flips his gun around and stuff. He probably knows how to do that stuff blind. Coincidence, you say? Or perhaps it was simply bound to happen. Which was it, pal? Us bodyguards needed to use them to protect the President. And no matter how you slice it, that lady is a total amateur with guns. It was necessary for both of us to use revolvers. A revolver? Like the one Knightley's carrying? Why would it be necessary? It has a simpler mechanism, so it's easier to use. Something along those lines, probably. When you gotta get the job done, or if you're new to this sort of thing, there's nothing better. The truth is, I thought it was pure coincidence all along. But take a closer look. Only one of them has a laser pointer attached to it. You attached the laser pointer to the gun yourself. Oh yeah? Prove it. Show me the evidence. Well, that's... You can't go around calling people liars without proof. Didn't your daddy teach you that? On that point, I've got evidence on my side. Check the number of bullets left in the chamber. Only 2 shots fired, see? Something's been bothering me for a while now. What about the chamber of your own gun? My woman here? Now that you mention it. I've been firing it off for a while now. Every time he fires, he reloads the gun? So there's no way to check its status from the time of the incident. That's it. In order to switch the guns, he would have needed to reload the bullets. Nutty is bare-handed, and he had no time to put on gloves when the switch was made. Well, I think it's about time for you to resign. How about it, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Okay, so his fingerprints are going to be on the bullet. Nice. There's no evidence that I switched the guns, right? Evidence that Knightley switched the guns? Does that even exist? There's no evidence that directly proves that Knightley switched the guns. Yet, we know for a fact he did. If he didn't, there would be no explanation for the ballistic markings. I need to carefully consider the meaning behind every piece of evidence linked to his testimony. The truth must be there. Yeah, I think we're gonna check the bullet for fingerprints. Pulling the daddy card on Edgeworth, yeah. Easier to use, not really. Yeah, I don't know anything about guns, so... Definitely a revolver ocelot wannabe here, definitely. Yeah, should check that. No? Okay. The only flaw he can see is that it's just too perfect. There are no contradictions. Better wipe the board clean, Mr. Prosecutor. Looks like you're out of your league. I can't argue with that. Okay. I thought we were gonna suggest fingerprints. Maybe it's another thing where I'm presenting it at the wrong statement. Or maybe I can inspect the bullet more. I can't inspect the bullet more. Oh wait, no, this bullet, no, this was fired before. Okay, yeah, no, I can check these for fingerprints. Silly me, I'm thinking of them in the wrong order. Yeah, so his fingerprints should be all over these bullets. Objection! Without evidence is this. You call that evidence? Prosecutor Edgeworth, you're trying too hard. Certain traces were left on this gun. Traces that prove this gun belongs to you. Show it to me. What kind of piece you got? A rook? A bishop? It better not be a pawn. The traces Knightley left on the gun are... Think about a revolver, and loading bullets manually is a tough thing to do fast and or in the moment. Yeah, that's a good point. With each bullet individually. Alright, it's the fingerprints. So what about ballistic markings? The ballistic markings, of course. Mr. Edgeworth? About the ballistic markings. I know how they work, Detective. I don't need an explanation. You sure about that? You don't seem to get it. The markings point to me, huh? Just what kind of ballistic markings are they, anyway? Do they spell out my name? Great joke, Prosecutor Edgeworth. He's right. Ballistic markings only link a bullet to a certain gun, not to its user. What I need is evidence that directly links Knightley to the gun. The bloodstains! It must be the bloodstains. And which bloodstain would that be? The only bloodstains I can recall belong to the Killer and Rook. Did you find another one? Please do tell. Or perhaps their bloodstains somehow link me to the gun? Rip. Fingerprints! You left your fingerprints on this gun. Fingerprints? Huh! That should be expected. I handled the gun earlier when I seized your evidence. Of course my fingerprints are on it. But what if the fingerprints are in a place they should not be? What? That's not possible. Allow me to show you. There is one place where your fingerprints should not be. This piece of evidence will deal the final blow to your king. Can I just inspect everything else first? The scope. This is a laser pointer. Yep. Okay, no, let's just go for the bullets. Here. Detective Gumshoe, please have a look at the cylinder. 2 shots were fired, sir. But where would the fingerprints be? The bullets! You made the switch earlier, when you seized the evidence. However, if all you did was switch the guns, you would have been found out right away. That's because the number of bullets fired by the 2 guns are different. The gun found in the audience area had fired 2 shots, sir. Then what about Mr. Knightley's gun? He fired 2 shots at the balloon when he was on the stage. And later, 1 shot to kill Rook. 3 shots in total, not counting the number of shots he's fired since then. And after each one of those times, you would reload the bullets. Tell us, Knightley, were you wearing gloves when doing that? Officer, in your report earlier, where were Knightley's fingerprints found on the gun? Sir, the prints weren't just found on the outside of the gun. They were also found on the bullets as well. If all you did was handle the evidence, why would your fingerprints be on the bullets? Grr, that's... With this, it has been proven that you switched the guns. The gun which fired the bullet that took the victim's life. It belongs to you, Horace Knightley. You're the one who stole Rook's life. You are the true assassin. I'm... Checkmate. Uh-oh. He might shoot someone, look out. That was an interesting breakdown. I should have been made leader. Me! Rook! That piece of scum!
Scum.
If it hadn't been for him, I would have had complete control over everybody. My assassination plan, it was perfect. My plan was perfect. Detective Gumshoe, if you please. Roger that, sir. Edgeworth! This game isn't over yet. You hear me? Yeah, this is only case 1. Yes, there was a blue badger. Why is there a blue badger in the plane ceiling? Blue badger is everywhere. That's enough. The rest of this game will continue in the courtroom. Grr! Damn it! Damn you! Please take his gun away from him before he hurts someone else. 5:12 PM, Gord Lake Park, stage. You have my gratitude. You expose a murderer amongst my bodyguards, and for that, I am truly in your debt. As soon as he stepped outside the plane, he reverted back to his king-like persona. Some time ago, when I proposed the fake assassination plan. You want me and not Rook? Rook declined, so I'm asking you. What do you say? Alright, let's do this. I'll come up with a perfect plan. I can even use that guy as a chess piece. When Knightley said that, his eyes were overflowing with hatred towards Rook. Frankly, I was quite anxious about asking Knightley instead of Rook. Now that I recall those events, he probably sensed the anxiety in my countenance. Perhaps that is what gave him the impetus for murder. Mr. President, if you had not orchestrated that fake plan, this would not have happened. That is your sin. A sin that won't disappear. Yes, you are absolutely correct. You have my sincerest apologies. I too must bear some responsibility for this. Even so, I am most grateful to you. I thank you for solving the mystery of Rook's death. I am scheduled to stay in this country for a little longer, but if any of you ever wish to visit the Republic of Zengfar, you will always be welcome. Is that foreshadowing? Oh lordy, thank you, thank you, thank you! Please read your earlier MGS quote. 6 shots? That thing only holds 6 shots. Need to get a feel for how many you have left. Is that the one you mean? Case 1 of this game is more intense than some Case 5s. Yes, it is! Needed to wink at the camera. I'm not very good at winking, actually. I'm so happy for you, Nicole! You were set up as the suspect for the murder. Still, your involvement with the fake assassination plan remains a fact. You will have to submit to police questioning later. You should know that there's still a possibility you may be charged with some crime. Yeah, I know. Sorry about all this. I understand you want to catch a scoop, but there's a line that should not be crossed. I hear ya. I promise to reflect on this. We did it, Mr. Edgeworth. That was awesome. Prosecutor Edgeworth solves presidential assassination attempt. It's going to be big news. But big news! Oh, her ears perked up. No, an earlier one. Ah, okay. Hang on, I'll go back. Laser pointers give you no tactical advantage whatsoever, but that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good. Very good. How much of that is a quote? Is it just the fancy shooting, you're pretty good part? Been a while since I saw MGS3. Mr. Prosecutor, would you mind telling us how you feel about solving this case? That was certainly a quick change of attitude. No comment. Ah, don't be so ornery. The reason is because this case is not over yet. Huh? Not over? What do you mean, sir? What shows that this case is not over yet? Oh god. They really throw this on you, don't they? Yeah, it's the killer's involvement. Quick, I want to make a save state! It's definitely the Still Samurai. I don't know how far back my save was, but oh well. That's... Yeah. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, it's, Nope, sir, I haven't got a clue. Darn it. I must have presented the wrong piece of evidence. I do remember Mr. the Killer talking about something earlier. Well, that's probably unrelated. No, that's exactly it. That is what I meant. The Killer still hasn't carried out his request. The original quote was engravings instead of laser pointers. Oh, okay, cool. I don't know how far back this is, but yeah. We'll just skip ahead. Fingerprints! We get to see his weird breakdown again, though. That was a strange breakdown, I must say. Objection! I am glad they're bringing the Killer back. Maybe we'll get to catch him in this game. That would be nice. Don't spoil it if we can or not. That would just be nice. It's just kind of sad having him still roaming about after case 2-4. He's very dangerous. It's a cutscene in NGS 5. I thought it was from 3, but it's been a while since I saw MGS cutscenes. The killer's way too cool to be arrested. Well, we'll find out. We shall see. Oh, here you go. This part's quite long, isn't it? 5 could be a callback to 3. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It was originally from 3, said by Naked Snake to Ocelot. Ocelot then quotes it in 5 as a throwback. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's really good. That's right. I temporarily forgot which game MGS 5 was. I was thinking of 4 when you said 5. Was that like a fake hand? A prosthetic hand that fell on him? Yeah, the one with quiet in it. I think that's why I forgot it. I like to not think about it. Or else I'll be ashamed of my words and deeds. Edgeworth! He's a sore loser, isn't he? Four is the oh god I'm old, need psych one. Yeah. Hey, the president wasn't the murderer. You kind of expect it when he shows up, don't you? And starts talking about diplomatic immunity. Ah, okay. Sorry, counting. I need to remember to save during the ending scenes because they always ask you. They always ask you something, and they want you to present stuff. I kind of forgot that was a thing in these games as well. You just had a realization about his breakdown, but it won't come up for a long time. Okay. Let's talk about Zingfar. I'm waiting for the wolf dude to show up. Also, get rid of your bear trap. Or at least don't prime it all the dang time. My gosh. I should have saved now in case something happens and I have to skip through all that again. You'll try to remember it when it pops up? Okay. Sounds good. I don't mind Nicole actually. I like her a lot more than Lotta. The calling card. Take that. The killer's card. The killer still hasn't carried out his request. Oh really? That's the only bit of dialogue? Ah. Yeah. You mean killing the president? I hope this doesn't turn into a larger incident. An assassination attempt on the president of Zengfar. News of this incident spread across the entire country. The mass media also hounded me as I began to prepare for the trial of Horace Knightley. Everyone had seen the news, and everyone was talking about it. However, amidst the commotion, nobody noticed that the game had only just begun. They love referencing chess in this game, don't they? Yay! The imprisoned turnabout. Okay. Save! Well, I guess we'll start the next case next time. Alright. If this were a mainline AA game, you know for a fact that Knightley would have been swinging his gun around in court even after being accused of murder. Yes. Yeah, that was a really good first case. Like, my gosh. That was definitely my favourite first case of any AA game so far. That was great. Okay. Well, we will continue this next time. We'll start up case 2. Anyone streaming I want to host? Let's see. Half Coordinated is streaming. Starting Ari and the Secret of Seasons. Okay, not sure what that is, but I'm going to host him. He's pretty cool. Okay, no worries counting. Right, /raid. Half Coordinated. He's a speedrunner. And he plays games with one hand. He's not speedrunning at the moment, he's just doing... looks like he's just doing a first playthrough of something. Alright, I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.